Hey yo, y'all, this is Anton with Simply Marvelous, where there's actually 8 days in a week because there's Monday through Sunday, but then we add on a Taylor Day, and the cipher's complete. You heard? How are you doing?
I'm good.
Good.
We just saw Snake Eyes.
Snake Eyes. Loaded dice Snake Eyes, by the way. Just they never hit nothing else but them Snake Eyes in the whole movie. Yes. But yeah, we just came back from Snake Eyes. Action-packed movie. Little hidden miss. I don't know.
It's not a Marvel property.
No, it's not.
But I think it would have been better if it were.
Definitely, because they would have had more of the budget.
Ooh.
Budget. But anyways, tell the folks where they can find us so we can get into this little review.
You already know the deal. Hit us up on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at simply_marvelous.
Mm-hmm.
That's just Marvel and us. And maybe a little G.I Joe.
Cobra.
Cobra.
No doubt. So, in general, how did you feel about the movie?
I thought it was okay. I thought it was just okay. I haven't seen the other G.I Joe movies, and I kind of really don't want to. It's a Debonaventura Pictures film. I personally have beef with them. I used to intern for them, and it was the worst several months of my life for no good reason either. And I feel like all their movies, they haven't really had a good movie since Four Brothers?
Oh, they did that?
They did that.
Was dope. Four Brothers
was
dope.
good, but other than that, you have a bunch of Transformers films and G.I. Joe films and the Expendables, or was it Red? It's Red or Expendables, one of them that it's just who really wants to actually see that? They're kind of just, in my mind, second-rate action films, but this one looked really promising.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it did. Can't say it delivered, but it was alright.
Shout out to Henry Golding and Andrew Koji. I thought Andrew Koji was a star in it. Right. I loved him even though his scar kept moving around the entire movie.
So what do you mean by it kept moving? So you think the prosthetic?
It was so distracting. Okay, so...
Or was it placed differently?
Listen, so it starts right here. It's like a scar in between his eye right here. Yeah. A healed scar. Mm-hmm. But you see it right here. During this movie, there were scenes where it was right here, it was curved off to the side, it was curved inside, it was completely right here, not even on his eye in one scene. And I was like, bruh, who's doing makeup over here? Who's doing makeup? Because this is not award worthy here. Bruh, what is going on?
Now I got to get a rewatch because I got to look at the scar.
It was so distracting.
Scargate.
It was so distracting, but he had all his poses, and he looked like I said, I think he looked like an anime character come to life. For those of you who don't know, he's on the show, Cinemax show, which just moved, I think, to HBO Max, called Warrior. A lot of action. I guess there's some sex scenes. I completely blocked that out the first time I watched it. You told me about that. I was like, was there really? I don't remember.
Yes, there was. I had one eye on my kids and one eye on the TV.
Why did you watch it with them?
No, I was watching it downstairs.
Oh, okay.
And, obviously I wasn't informed of the slight pornography that was in there.
I didn't know.
So as soon as something came up, I was like, "Oh, Snoop! I hear footsteps coming too." So I'm fast forwarding.
I hear you. I knew there was a brothel involved, but I didn't remember a full on high production love making.
HBO loves that type of stuff.
I mean, Cinemax.
Was that Cinemax?
Cinemax,
yeah,
Skinemax?
Skinemax, definitely Skinemax. Yeah. Yes.
But he's great in it, so whatever.
Absolutely. Yeah, I thought it was cool. It's not something, you see the deficiencies in there.
Yeah.
You see a lot of, action scenes for me, I don't like quick shots. I don't like a lot of jump cuts. I don't like it, especially when you obviously have talented people who can do a lot of stunts, you don't want to see a lot of quick cuts because then you start thinking they had to use a lot of stunt doubles and it takes you out of it. They were using shaky cam a lot. So it was hard on my eyes, but it was cool. It felt like a Netflix movie to me. That's what it felt like to me. Not saying it's bad because that doesn't mean anything. You know what we here for. We do Marvel, high set of standards, but G.I. Joe didn't pull it together all the way for me.
Okay, so that's another thing. Okay, I'm going to say now it's spoiler alerts.
Okay.
The whole introducing these other random G.I. Joe characters in the middle, it took me completely out of it. I was like, why do we need to see this character named Scarlet? Why do we need to see this white woman? Why do we need to be introduced to the Baroness who looks like some character out of 2003? And it made no sense. Like, why did she have this, like, early 2000s cut with some glasses? Yeah, he's like wearing like he didn't have AirPods in, so like maybe it is supposed to be like set back, but
yeah, I have no idea. These all characters I believe are all from the G.I. Joe mythos, from way back in the day. I don't remember it that good. I remember Storm Shadow, Snake Eyes and Cobra Commander and all these guys, but some of these other characters I'm not sure if they're from those days, but it was very weird how they brought him in. And it almost felt like they just brought him in to have that poster moment. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like all of them lined up in the fight pose, taking on a wave of, a wave of enemies or whatever. It's like, yeah.
Like to the story that they gave us, it made no sense to introduce them at all. Yeah. Like you were completely fine with Kenta as it was Kenta or Kenta? I can't remember. Kenta. You were completely fine with Kenta as the sole villain. There was no reason to bring the Baroness in. Mm-hmm. Even you could have even done this. Even if you wanted to bring those other characters in, you could have done it again like Marvel does it, and it's had the entire story, and then at the end you have that cameo of them coming in and trying to recruit Shadow, Storm Shadow, and it would have tied everything in. Like, oh, okay, cool, but there was for her just to for at least the Baroness just change and be like, okay, I'm gonna fight with you guys now, even though I've been made out to be this huge baddie this entire time. But for tonight, I'll fight with you just to get this gym back, which I
don't know.
The gym was kind of dumb for me too.
The gym was, oh man, it was weird. It just didn't feel like it belonged in there
at all.
It wasn't. It didn't look bad. It didn't. The effects weren't bad or anything. It just didn't feel like that was supposed to be in there. I don't remember G.I. Joe having that type of magic and things like that in it. So correct me if I'm wrong, because it's been a long time, 30 plus years ago since I watched G.I. Joe cartoons, but good Lord, that just didn't feel like it. Felt like you watched 3 or 4 Marvel movies, we have to have some sort of ancient relic that they're protecting. Come on.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm gonna say. I tapped you in the movie and said it felt like I'm practicing to watch Shang-Chi. That's what it feels like. It felt like they knew Shang-Chi was coming. People were hyped to see something like that. Let's make something like that.
It kind of makes me wish Andrew Koji was in Shang-Chi, though.
Hey,
I just love him.
He keep doing his thing. He's going to show up eventually. He's my current favorite right now. I liked him more than Henry in the movie because Henry's accent kept slipping out. So I was like, just show me more Andrew. I mean, show me more Tommy, even though, you said you couldn't understand him in the movie. The accents were very strong. Very strong. And they speak in that low monotone voice a lot of times, their dialogue pieces. So made it tough to understand some of the words that they were saying. Neither one of us knew what the clan's name was until we left.
It's our restaurant.
We didn't know.
We looked it up. We looked it up.
I thought they would, I would have appreciated subtitles.
I would have too.
I would appreciate them. They tried to put some subtitles in there, and I didn't like that.
Okay. So
I did not like how they did it.
Listen, I kept felt some aggressive, trying to be John Wick throughout the movie. Did you know what I mean? They had some of the subtitles coming in, and and just the way that some of the action was. I'm like, y'all trying to be John Wick so bad right now, and it's not working.
It was a lot left to be desired in this movie.
It could have been awesome.
I'm not gonna say I wouldn't watch it again. I would watch it with the family because they didn't get to see it,
If it's on Cinemax?
Yeah, definitely. If it's on Cinemax, I'm not going back to the movies for this. Oh no, you got my money. Got him.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, it was enjoyable. But we watch Marvel and we see things like, this whole thing is because Marvel did it, and I just know it.
Yeah.
I will say though, I am kind of excited to see where they do go with it though, because there are good parts of it. Obviously, your man Tommy and all that, Storm Shadow, and Snake Eyes. That's something I really want to see. You know what I mean? Them get bit. And get into that whatever feud. I should say finalize that feud that they are already in, and some of the other characters. Even more. Cobra Commander and all these guys. I want to see what they do with them, but don't make it like this one. Change the style.
Yeah. I personally just want to stay in the Snake Eyes world, but have it be better and not have any G.I. Joe people come in at all, because they ruined this movie for me. I mean, but a lot of things ruined the movie. But, again, seeing these people that had nothing to do with this world and had to be so vital in saving it, I'm like, okay, so some Caucasians wrote this. I mean, I already knew, but you're making it very apparent that some Caucasians wrote this. And I thought we were progressing. I don't think so, because it's very apparent that some Caucasians wrote this. And again, I blame DB Pictures.
DB Pictures.
If you go back and watch any of their movies and then watch this one, you'd be like, oh, okay, this makes complete sense that they made this. That it ended up being like this.
It ended up feeling like all the other G.I. Joe movies that came out. That's really what it felt like. It really did. And that's sad. Because nobody like the other G.I. Joes. Like I said, they're all enjoyable. If you like action movies, but if you really watch movies, you see the corniness, you see the things that they drop the ball on easily. It's not hard to find. So,
also some of the shots, you were saying that they were doing a lot of quick shots, which they were, but there were some shots that were oh, let me stop and get into my pose, and then keep the fight going. And I know people make fun of that a lot with action films, especially I think you had mentioned that with even not Scarlet, but Black Widow. Yeah. But it was really apparent to me in this movie.
Man, y'all gotta get it together. That's all I can say. There's plenty of action movies out there that have great action. Daredevil, that's my thing right there. I love Daredevil's action. A lot of one shots and stuff like that. I love those. Study. That's all it is. And it really hurts me because all these actors, all the main actors are actually fight trained.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Especially Andrew Koshi.
Yeah. It's not like this is Iron Fist.
I know.
You know what I mean? Waiting on whatever dude's last name is Finn, but give him 2 weeks to train and it looks trash on camera. Nah, these guys actually got skills and have done this before in many movies as we've seen. So why didn't it not turn out correctly? And that's a director's fault or a producer's fault. You might be able to tell me more on how that process worked, but it was one of y'all fault. It wasn't the actor's fault. That's all I got. I ain't gonna lie. I might have fell asleep for 30
Did you really?
30 seconds.
Wait, which part?
Before he got to the snake pit the first time.
Oh, there was nothing important happening. He was just going through his fight training, but nothing was really happening. And none of the it didn't seem like any of the things that he had to do seemed actually that difficult. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was really kind of, they're you may die through this. We'll see if you make it through. And he makes it through every one. And then there's the anaconda pit, which I kind of wish they were protecting the anacondas rather than the jewel. That would have made at least a little bit more sense. Oh my gosh, look at these gigantic anacondas. I don't know. Let's stick them on, Britain. I don't know. But yeah.
What do you feed a giant anaconda?
All them warriors who don't make it.
That's
Dinner!
Oh man,
I'm just what are they gonna do about the third anaconda now that the third one's head is chopped off?
Yeah, Are those
And the
snakes
other
on
two
you?
were just like
They went
slithering
back to
by.
their
They were
crib.
like,
They went back to the crib like, well, that happened.
It made no sense.
I don't know. Yeah, Snake Eyes, guys. An origin story.
I guess.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see. Hopefully they do something better with it, though. There's potential there. They just need to put it in the right hands.
I just want to see some more Andrew Koji. Let's be honest. Thirst. My middle name.
Ain't got no water out there. Should have brought you a little water. All right. Well, that's all I have. You got anything else?
No.
All right. Nice, short, and sweet. Snake Eyes, the origin story. It gets, what do you give it out of 10?
Out of 10?
Out of 10.
Let's go out. Let's say it's 6.6 out of 10.
That's solid.
What are you going to do?
That's solid. Yeah, around a 6, though. You know, it's not trash. It just could be better.
It could have been so much better.
Yeah.
They had all the pieces right there for it to be great.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all didn't put no seasoning in the kitchen.
Nah.
I can tell.
Was no seasoning.
Huh.
All right. All right. Well, we're out of here then. Off of that one. I'm Anton. This is Simply Marvelous. Where there is 8 days in a week. Because there's Monday through Sunday. And then there's a Taylor Day. You know, we out.